Heidelberg United get us underway. They're chasing the elusive cup win. 3 times during the 80s, Heidelberg had tried, but they fell at the final hurdle. They were beaten by Marconi back in 1980. They lost to Apia in 82 and to Sydney Olympic, a 2-leg final back in 1983. Naturally, no survivors from those 3 matches playing for Heidelberg now, but the other end of the scale, Parramatta Eagles have 2 players who were involved in their cup victory of 1991. Young Haythornthwaite, he would have been watching from the sidelines then. And incidentally, it's Haythornthwaite's debut today, but 2 key players for them, Gench and Soper, they were there. They have felt this cup, they know the feeling of a victory. And incidentally, the final which they won against Preston 1-0 was also played here. I must say up front, bit of a disappointment, the crowd. I wouldn't think there'd be more than 2,000. And just talking to some of the Heidelberg officials, perhaps if it was played in Melbourne, John, there would have been around 8,000 to 10,000. But now the captain, Bratton, he's got the job of marking Marshall Soper today. The number 8 on that far side, you'll be seeing a lot of him as well. Dick Dikakis, he's only played 3 times this season. And only 1 full match. In was Ali Dick. Gets the return pass. And they play it safe. Wasn't a bad looking turn from Michailakopoulos, and a quick clearance away. Sekalaric. What a reputation that man has. He came across to Heidelberg just before the World Youth Championships, and they trained 6 nights a week. And what effect does that have? We found out straight away. Alan Scott, 1-0. 3 minutes into this game. Those trembling fans have every reason to be delighted. The goal really appeared to come out of nowhere. Scott was left free. They watched him, ball watching, and they paid the price. A lovely run and a superb finish, and that's only his 8th goal of his NSL career.
They say there's nothing like an early goal to make sure the game is going to be a good one, and this is a tremendous effort by Heidelberg. They've taken the initiative early, Andy, and that's a dream start for them.
What a stunning start from the Burgers. We wait to see what response will come from the Eagles. Chianta, Soper, given away, Slivkas on, Michailakopoulos. Slivkas, Wheatley should get there. The defence moved out quickly, that's why he's hanging onto the ball at the moment. Wheatley looks up this time, no one up there. Although Bratton got it on, touched on by Slivkas. Kutsulis in there, hands on Robbie Wheatley. Parramatta, they defeated the likes of Newcastle, Brisbane and Sydney CSC to make it to the final. Those early matches were played over 2 legs, which they finished 4-3 in aggregate over Newcastle and Brisbane, and beat Sydney CSC in the semi-finals. It was only played over 1 leg by 2-1. Heidelberg, they had a bye. They caused an upset, beating South Melbourne 4-1, then drawing in the second leg 3-3. They went on to beat Adelaide City 1-0 at Olympic Park in Melbourne. Michael Reda. And in the back play, Marshall Soper has gone down. And now Bob Davies is running across to have a word to Gordon Dunster. Soper went down. The linesman flagged straight away. And the youngster, I think number 8, Dick Dikakis, they've sent him off. An incident in the back play. No. Well, he's pulled out the red. Maybe, yes, it was a mistake by the looks of things. And John, that was The words,
Some start,
words
Andy.
escape me.
What a start. Early goal. Again, always ensures that the game is going to be a good one. And now this controversial incident.
Well,
Behind the play, we missed it.
Didn't see it at all.
Marshall involved again, as he always is in these controversial things. A bit of back play. Perhaps it was instigated by Soper. But when you retaliate, you're the guilty party.
And that wasn't a bad strike at all.
Great striker of the ball, Mendes. One of the real emerging young talents in Australian soccer. And that's one reason why. Bending the ball just over the bar.
We've had an interesting start. Heidelberg, they took the lead in the 3rd minute, and then that yellow card when Rob Davies could have caused a few hearts to flutter in that Heidelberg camp and pulled out the red accidentally, as it turned out, and gave Dikakis a yellow. The incident, naturally enough, wasn't as serious as first thought. But here's McNichol, and away by Souris. Soper and Captain Bratton were involved. Low back now for Reda. Soper went down again, and the referee's not having a bar of it. Alan Scott. The touch just wasn't there for Michailakopoulos. And both camps eager this week, John, to say they don't want any spite out there. It won't be a physical confrontation like it was last week, particularly from Heidelberg, and let's hope it turns out that way. Reda. But Gensch was saying that Michael needs to be a bit more consistent because he can be one of the best players in this country and go on to greater deeds. Goal kick. The judge to have come off Gabriel Mendes. Although both teams have lost some key players, they basically even because 3 are missing spots. Ball was out. The linesman Gordon Dunster signalled straight away. Over there on that far side, Gabriel Mendes. Heidelberg, they finished 11th in the season. They won 7 games, they drew 9 and lost 10. Regular scorer caused them some bother. In fact, their top scorer was Joe Palatsides with 5 goals. He's out and suspended today. Different case with the Eagles, a great season for them, finishing in the top 6. 11 wins, 6 draws. By Campbell, the referee allows play to continue. That's a good idea. Gomez. In the middle there was Gensch. It was Chianda who got it away. Reda. Out of play. Michael Reda. Just his 2nd season in the league. Slivkas. There's a nice touch on. Irikanta was the man responsible. Slivkas plays it wide again. Ali Dick goes down in a fairly committed challenge. And Ali Dick has been a key player in recent weeks. He's shaken off the injury bugs. And it's Ali Dick who'll take this free kick. Touched on by Slivkas. Flag stays down. Gomez was up there. And a bicycle kick from Gabriel Mendes. Tough one for McNichol. Souris back there in cover. Slivkas, he's played a bit of a role already in this game. Souris, who started his career as a striker, has dropped back into the midfield. And that's the sort of attempt that a lot of players would love to try early on. The game 10 minutes old. Heidelberg United are leading by the Alan Scott goal. Down goes Hunter. Ali Dick again. Gary Bratton, he wants it really deep. Got his hands up for the ball. And away for a corner. Rob Davies is officiating in his second cup final. As Lowe just touches it on for Reda. And Reda had no other option but to play it away from his goal. But Heidelberg have had a fair bit of possession. And a good switch across. Bratton. Hunter wants it back. Gomez is there. And Mendes, Gench, and Gutsulis. He won't give up the fight. But Mendes, that's class play. Cross now for Robbie Wheatley. For Haythornthwaite, rather. Similar in looks to Wheatley. The youngster, his first game. Coca-Cola Soccer League, the League Cup Final. Desperate to equalise. There's Wheatley for Reda. Reda, can he finish? The ball inside for Lowe. And the chance hasn't gone begging. Haythornthwaite inside, Lowe's header. The flag was up for offside, but they should have got a bit more out of that, John.
Well, it's Parramatta's move of the game. Excellent football, changing from side to side. A good interchange. And as you say, Andy, should have been a better finish. But the first real sign that Parramatta are back in the game, I feel so far Heidelberg have just taken it to them. And on what we've seen so far, deserved to lead. But that was a good omen, if you like, for Parramatta, the type of football they can play and the type of football they're going to have to do a lot of to get back into this match.
Mikhailakopoulos sliding it through. McNichol. That's not a bad looking cross at all, as Wheatley was the man covering. Hunter lunged at that near post. Ball went straight to Reda. Gomez. Tiktikakis there. He's playing it safe. Although Ali Dick was coming back to support him. Mendes to Souris, and now Gomez. Fell through Dick. He got it inside for Mikhailakopoulos. On the right is Gutsulis. Ali Dick rather. And that again was a chance at the other end. And the chances are coming through thick and fast now, John.
And ends up on the wrong leg for Ali Dick. Right-footed shot was on there, tried it with his favourite left. But Andy, again, indication that once you have an early goal in the game, you can nearly bet your life. But the thing is that the game is going to open up. You're going to have chances both ends. And we're just seeing end-to-end stuff, and it's just going to be a trend for the rest of this match.
Well, they've got nothing to lose in the League Cup final. They've got to go for it. And as we can see, there's been a bit of a surge. Reda is adjudged to have dived. The referee waves play on quickly. Gutsulis. McNichol inside for Slivkas. Georgiadis back for Slivkas. Just thinking about knocking it right across for Tiktikakis, and it might just go there, which it does. Not much there. Gutsulis came over. He almost lost out to Sopa. Dick, he'd be so used to the tension of a cup final. He's played in 3 big ones in Europe. McNichol. Hunter. He's taken on Chiata. McNichol's cross. Still in. And away there this time by Robbie Wheatley. Gench. Just put out of play there by Derek Hunter. David Lowe, also a big game for him. Hasn't really been able to cement a place in this first 11 at Parramatta. He's only played 3 full games this season. He's been involved in 15 of the 26 matches they've played in the league. Wheatley is looking at Reda. There's the ball. Souris. Tight ball control. Touched by Mendes. Souris was well closed down by Slivkas, but it's still on for Parramatta. We haven't seen too much of Aitek Gench. He can't work his way through the likes of Scott. Souris. Free kick for Heidelberg. As Gutsulis trying to break away. Derek Hunter wanted it long, it goes short for Bratton. There's a nice touch by Michailakopoulos. Good cross, McNichol. McNichol looked like he was trying to milk one as well on Haythorn's way. Gench has got the legs. Georgiadis is chasing him down. Aitek Gench. Just knocked it just a tad too far, but they still have possession. That's the important thing. Low, and he's adjudged to have obstructed Dikakis. A bit of a push as the ball was played through. This game is being played at a healthy pace. Parramatta are fighting their way back. They are down a goal, but there's been some good signs. Hunter and Souris. And the ball judged to have gone out as Souris cleared. Didn't look like it, but Alex Sporowski, the linesman, was right on the... It must have been a nudge. That looked like a signal there. But, no, throw in. There might have been some sort of foul off the ball. Either way, McNichol. And the corner. Ryan McNichol, the fastest player. That's what they're playing for. The League Cup. Heidelberg don't know what it feels to touch that cup, but Parramatta did it 2 years ago, formerly as Melita Eagles. Corner and easy off the sofa. Slivkas. Next not to play it for Dick. Georgiadis. Good Souris. There was too much on it for him. Low. Mendes across now. Michael Reda is looking at Sopa. Comes back inside. They're trying to get it on for Mendes. I know I mentioned it earlier, John, but you just wonder whether the league have made the right decision playing this game here. Heidelberg don't seem to mind it so far, but I think in Melbourne they would have had such a bigger crowd. And money's the name of the game, isn't it, too?
Well, the NSL have their reasons for staging it in Sydney, but logically you would think that Heidelberg, notoriously big crowd pullers at home, there would have been a bigger crowd in Melbourne, but again, the NSL have their reasons for it. But so far, Andy, Heidelberg more impressive. There's more support when they attack, and it's good to see Slivka so involved. He's been a little bit out of it since the Barcelona Olympics.
But now, that overlapped on that left flank. Some good signs, though, for Parramatta the last 5 or 10. That was a bit of a tough job, and it's turned out to be the most difficult one. Georgiadis. Soper wants some more support. He's calling over Reda. Gench. Reda. You know what sort of shot he's got. A touch where, yes, it was a big ask. I hate to play, but here's David Lowe. David Lowe made such an important contribution in the 23rd round when he scored twice against Morwell. He knows Marconi Stadium inside out, having spent so many seasons here. Tidifonas. Take under some pressure from David Lowe, and he stood the test. The first time he's really had to do anything in this game. Midway through this first half. Hunter. Squeezing it on for McNichol. Haythorne waits with him. McNichol, he's still got the cross in, and Gunning had to get down quickly. Great run from McNichol. Gench has taken, the referee allows play to continue. Good idea. Gench is on his feet, that's important. But Chienta is looking for the runners. Reda has got Mendes coming through. Gench wants it back. Now a long one for Soper, and he almost got a touch to that. The danger of Marshall Soper, who's chasing his 5th cup victory. And there's Drago Segalaric giving some instructions as Nick Anastasiadis, the team manager, was on the phone. Probably doing a live cross to Melbourne. And the coaches, friends from 40 years. Back in Yugoslavia and Belgrade, they had played against each other. And it would be hard on the coaching staff, but it is football. Football, as some have said, is a matter of life or death. And at the moment, it's Heidelberg who are up. Souris. Soper's offside. That was smart play by the Heidelberg defence. He moved out quickly.
Hey! Don't drop off. Get in team.
back from suspension in the final round clash against Heidelberg last week in Sydney. That game ended in a 1-1 draw. Heidelberg certainly applying a lot of pressure in that second half. Slivkas came on and supplied the cross for the equaliser for Danik Nidic, who's on the bench today. Maybe a little bit disappointed, Nidic being on the bench, because in the last 5 games he's scored 4 goals. He's come off the bench in 4 of those games. But now, Heidelberg, who joined this club from South Melbourne. Well, that should have been a corner, and you have to agree with the youngster. Inside for Robbie Wheatley, the captain, like Paul Wade, a development officer. Chianta's ball easily intercepted by McNichol. The dummy by Gutsoulis. Now Ali Dick. He's got Michailakopoulos, who's free on the right. He's onside, but the touch was just a tad too long. They should have numbers inside. Michailakopoulos looks and missed by everyone, including Hunter, who was at the near post. And that wasn't a bad opportunity at all.
Excellent ball from Ali Dick for Michailakopoulos, but Heidelberg are looking just a little bit sharp, a little bit more positive when in possession of the ball. Good support of attacking players. And the defence in particular, Scott, Bratt and Georgiadis have been very impressive for me so far, Andy, for Heidelberg.
And that was suicide, really, as it was left. Gunning called for it naturally. And he could have done himself some injury. Yes, McNichol with a superb shot at goal.
Speaking of players who have impressed, he hasn't had a bad game as well. McNichol, very dangerous down the right flank. Takes his time with this, lines it up, and not far away. Certainly worth an effort. But his contribution down this right flank is causing Parramatta all sorts of problems. I'm so sure it's something that Rale Rasic will address to his team at half-time.
Well, he's got the young man, Haythornthwaite, marking him. As Hunter was toiling with Mendes. At the moment, there's one of the Heidelberg players down. Just having a look, it looks like it could be Angie Gutsoulis, it is. He copped a bit of a knock to the head. Remember, he went for the ball and it looked like he might have, well, it's the ankle, but he also copped a bit of a knock to the upper body. See in the background, empty stands, but have a look here as Gomez came through, and the Souris is still down at the moment. He's up on his feet though. He's up on his feet. A real tough customer, Angie Gutsoulis. Another one of these Heidelberg players who had started his career in the Victorian State League. Ratting away. Nickel released it to Slivkas. He wanted it at a bit more of an angle so he could really stride out. The fastest player, McNichol, and we're already seeing exactly why. And he's won the throw-in. No, it looked like it might have come off Haythornthwaite. Chianta. Nickel there. Gutsoulis. Souris. It was a tough ask for Chianta. Michailakopoulos. Hunter's going on the left, but it goes to McNichol. Souris away. Mendes. It's a good touch on. He had 3 yellow shirts around him and he found Soper. Soper slows it down and waits for the support. Mendes. Soper breakaway. Mendes on for Gench. The return from Mendes, and he backheeled it to Reda. That was class. Low. This is promising. The flag goes up. And again, this Heidelberg defence, very disciplined at the back, and they move out quickly. When the call's there, they all go together.
The understanding between them at the back has been outstanding. Andy, Scott, Bratton, Georgiadis. And to play this type of thing, the offside trap, you have to be well organised.
McNichol. His right side has worked overtime tonight for Heidelberg. Galakopoulos to Slivkas. Andrew Gutsulis at one stage looked like his teammate Slivkas was in contention for the Olympic Games side. Missed the cut. Gench and Slivkas. To Gench. Made his Socceroo debut against the Solomon Islands. Haythornthwaite. He's already filled a green and gold short on his back. Mendes. The revelation he's been since he's come across from Parramatta, but his passage was well and truly blocked. It was intelligent play also by Galakopoulos, because Chiana was under some pressure. Some steel indeed, though, from Mendes. He looks up, slides it through for Reda. Gomez, Soper's on his right. Soper and Bratton. Well, Soper's adjudged to have committed a foul. I thought it was a bit of shoulder from both players.
Yeah, I thought it was a foul by Soper first.
Well,
push there. It's a matter of question whether it is shoulder to shoulder. What a great job Bratton's done on Soper tonight. Really kept him under control. All the talk pre-match was about Soper. He's won the cup 4 times. Very experienced player, a player who can decide games, but so far it's been all Bratton. Really controlled Soper, which is not easy to do.
Dick away. Hunter and Souris. 21-year-old Paul Souris. Hot, humid day today in Sydney. It's cooled down somewhat. The late kickoff would be a delight for both teams. We've had some really hot days the last 3 or 4 weeks. They've made life difficult for the players. Those early starts. I wouldn't have expected it to be so warm, but March and April has been pretty hot and humid. Bratton was there again. Dangerous play. Reda would have loved to have continued with it. Gench. Wheatley was... it looked like Wheatley might have pushed up at the left side, but they'll take their time with this free kick. Gomez is up there. They might look for a floater towards him. It comes from Gench. Too many yellow shirts there to test them. Haythornthwaite. That was a great steal by Hunter. Kutsulis. Galakopoulos. Hunter's through the centre. That's the ball for Hunter. Haythornthwaite and Hunter. The youngster kept his balance at the back. Lovely play. Souris and Mendes. Gabriel Mendes is really playing such a crucial role to his team. He's always been looking for the ball. He's been running his guts out. Well, a loss of footing there by Mendes. Now Galakopoulos. Slivkas. Ali Dick. The ball inside, cut out by Souris. by Mendes for low. Reda. Parramatta desperate to equalise. Last 10 minutes of the first half. They've picked up their form after a real slow start. Chianta. A bit of a dangerous ball for Haythornthwaite. Quickly taken by Gench. Wheatley. There was again some pushing there by Sopan. The winner tonight gets $17,000 as well as 10% of total cup gate receipts, which will not amount to too much, sadly. Hunter. Cheap back heel for Michailakopoulos. Parramatta again. They're looking for the counter. Low. Jardis on his back. Jerry Gomez been in good form last few weeks. Chianta is having a consistent season as well. Threading it on for Gench. Gench, still like to Gench. Will this be the equaliser? It could have been too from that deflection. We've seen goals like that go in. But this again, a great solo run. And Parramatta, they're fighting hard.
And Parramatta to get back in need more of that type of thing from Gench. Such a dangerous player in the one-on-one situations around the box. Been a little quiet earlier in the game, but coming back more into it now.
The David Lowe corner. Away by Dick. Chianta. Haythornthwaite. It looked like he was thinking about having a shot, which he should have. Now he does. And cuts him Triponis. Had to gather it in at the second attempt. That'll do the world of confidence for Haythornthwaite. It'll really help him, remembering this is his first match in the big time. Michailakopoulos, as he's done quite a bit in this game, he's come back looking for the ball and then look for the run-up. Georgiadis, touch on for Hunter. Boutoulis. Tikakis to Dick. Georgiadis lines it up. Well wide of the mark though. Defenders' adrenaline rush. He's onside this time. Sopa. The defence comes at him. He looks for that lob over the defender. And only Marshall Sopa will attempt something like that.
The unexpected. Nobody expected the shot from there. Unfortunately, spinning or curving the wrong way, Andy, to hit the net. But another good sign for Parramatta, and they need Marshall in the game a lot more in the second half. And I'm sure that, together with the lack of real contribution from the back from Parramatta, I think that's where they've struggled so much, as opposed to Heidelberg, who have all attacked. Parramatta really need more contribution from the back if they're to threaten Heidelberg. But an excellent first half, and Heidelberg in front. I feel they deserve to be in front. They've been a little bit more potent in attack than Parramatta. But a first-class match, and I'm sure second half will be more of the same.
Ali Dick's back heel didn't work off at all. Now Boutoulis. There was Dick away, Mikhailakopoulos. Hunter looks up, finds Slivkas. As it's cooled down here in Sydney, the pitch has become a little bit slipperier. So the ball seems to skip through a bit more. And it was Alan Scott this time. Ratting away, but Soper was taken out just a tad too late. Rob Davies, he's had a lot of work to do in this game, quite a few stoppages. The only real moment of controversy was when he pulled out that red card, and Dick Dikakis might have had a heart attack on the field if he had to walk. That was an incident off the ball, which straight away Bob Davies went to his linesman, Dunster. And that came in the 5th minute, just minutes after Heidelberg had taken a stunning lead. Haythornthwaite. Space was always going to be a problem for him over there. The idea wasn't bad. That's turned out to be quite a remarkable goal kick. Scott finding McNichol. That's a great ball inside again. Numbers had come through. It looked like it came off Dick. Dick's claiming a corner. A dangerous looking ball across. McNichol looked up. He saw a lot of support coming through. And you'll see Ali Dick is the deepest player there, as Mikhailakopoulos also went in. Ali Dick, it's not every day you get such a player of experience that Ali Dick has, because as we all know, he played for Tottenham and Ajax. He has really been troubled by injuries. Not the story for Mikhailakopoulos. But Souris and Scott, there looked to be a bit of confusion there between the two. And Hunter, who's been an unsung hero tonight, Derek Hunter. Soper. But Souris disappointed. He claims he went for the ball. I think to be the case at first impression. Wheatley looking for Haythornthwaite. And away again, it's McNichol. It's a good ball down the line. Slivkas. He's looking for support. Goutsoulis is on his left. Angie Goutsoulis. They're up one. And Gunning was down. Now the chance. Superb save. Gunning had skilled the ball. Hunter had come through. And with less than 2 minutes of normal time left, that could have been crucial if they'd conceded the goal.
Well, that second save from Gunning, or both saves in fact, look at this. Showing why he's one of the top keepers this year, but that could have been the ball game, Andy, if Heidelberg score then right on half-time, it's all over. But again, it was an attack where Heidelberg they're just a little bit more incisive, a little bit more dangerous, I feel, in their types of attacks, and Parramatta have been. It's been a great season for Parramatta already, like Adelaide City before them, chasing that double. We didn't really expect the team in 5th place to do it last season. Similar stories for Parramatta and for Adelaide City. And Parramatta are down by a goal. Soper up there, trying to lay it off with some support. Gomez. McNichol could design the ball and won the header, and so did Goutsoulis. Mikhailakopoulos. Gianna in there. Gomez, a good touch. Haythornthwaite.
After a slow start to the game, the youngster has really come into it. Reda. And in there was the number 8, Tiktikakis. That's a good steal by Hunter. Gutsoulis. 3 on 4. Gutsoulis wants support though. McNichol, who's had to run so much down this right side. Look at the speed on McNichol is phenomenal. He'd have to be pretty close to the fastest player in the league. He gets a lovely ball in, headed away by Souris. They'll be thanking McNichol if they pull this off today. And as we've come to expect, Mendes, who finds Gench. And look at the space Haythornthwaite has on the left. A great ball. Haythornthwaite looks up. But the ball really wasn't strong enough and high enough. Scott was left with plenty of time. And there, in fact, is the whistle for half-time. End-to-end football. Heidelberg are leading by 1-0. And the goal came in such dramatic fashion, with the match only around 3 minutes old. Half-time score here in the League Cup Final. Parramatta 0, Heidelberg United 1. Let's cross now to Les Murray. Yeah, so okay, just before he kicks off, the referee's just saying a few words. I'll go from now. The number 3, Alan Scott, his most inspired soccer moment coming into this game was scoring for Melbourne, Croatia, the old Melbourne, Croatia, in a cup game against Heidelberg. And easily his most inspired moment now would have to be the goal he scored here tonight, because it's the goal in the 3rd minute of play that splits the teams. Rob Davies gets us underway for the second half, and they're starting in much the same way they started that first half. Ali Dick, one of 4 Scottish-born players in this Heidelberg 11. Aitik Gench. Cross now for Mendes. Good solid challenge from Tiktikakis. And there he is again. Gutsoulis. George Slifkas. Grattan. He gets a second chance. The fans aren't too happy. It's a Heidelberg throw. Souris. Safety ball for Bratton. Big first half from the captain. Kalakopoulos and Souris. Down he goes. Michael Kalakopoulos. He scored 4 goals in 14 appearances since his move from South Melbourne. And it was 2 of those goals against South Melbourne that gave them such a big win at Middle Park. McNichol. His most inspired soccer moment came in an under-16 final back home in Scotland, where he scored a hat-trick. Then in comes the free kick. Souris and now Soper. And yes, there was a bit of hanging on there by Georgiadis. Debut season this year. Gabriel Mendes for low, and Tiktikakis went down. Dick, the long ball forward. Gunning, that'll be an easy task for him. The 25-year-old accountant gets it across now. Wheatley. There were some promising signs for Parramatta after a somewhat slow start. But at the moment, it's Heidelberg. Michaela Coppola's Dick on his left. Ali Dick and Souris. And Dick's ball inside. And that was some great defending from Chianta. Because Derek Hunter was at that near post. The ball inside. Chianta was there. Such a crucial challenge early in the second half. And Heidelberg, they haven't dropped a beat at all.
Picking up where they left off, Andy, they took the game to Parramatta early in the first half. They're doing the same again. That was another move which exposed Parramatta at the back.
Early Dick corner. Gomez away. Reda comes over to Dick. It's a timely header from Wheatley. Bratton. Kalakopoulos squeezing it on for Hunter. A clever dummy. It will be another Heidelberg throw. Gabriel Mendes, some are saying already that he has been the buy of the season in the Coca-Cola Soccer League. Not arguing about that out at Parramatta. Georgiadis blocked by Mendes, rather by, yes it was Mendes. Slifkas leaves it for Gutsulis. Up with Souris. And Hunter's shot. And it takes a touch too, another corner. Derek Hunter scored 5 times in the Coca-Cola Soccer League. 3 of those goals came in the first 3 rounds. That was very close. Gomez, the enforcer in the air. Reda taking the pressure off that defence. The Cactus' ball easily cut out by Souris, and they'll get the throw. Souris finds Soper. Good touch on Gench. Gench and Scott. High-tech Gench. And blocked by Georgiadis. And now Bratton will go away for a corner. High-tech Gench heavily involved as Bratton picked up the pieces. Gabriel Mendes will take this corner. So crucial for Parramatta to equalise early in this second half. Souris is looking for Mendes. And this young man, he's only 18 years of age, brother Peter Diktikakis. So many young players are given a chance in this game. Not forgetting that Parramatta have 2 on the bench in Adioski and Dowling. It's the same story also for Heidelberg with Vidic and Andrew Vlahos. Low. No one in there except for McNichol. Hunter. Cross now for Ali Dick. Slifkas takes Mendes on and wins. Dick had seen Hunter coming through and Gomez was awake to it. Wheatley with Gench. The other youngster, Haythornthwaite, And again, this Heidelberg defence has really stood the test. It's always going to be his ball. There's no chance for Michailakopoulos. Michael Reda. Flagged just up on Soper. We've seen Soper beat that offside trap once. It just takes one chance for Soper. He's the equal all-time leading scorer in the cup. 13 goals he scored. He's also put away 4 in this campaign. McNichol. Bratton's ball, he was aiming for Michailakopoulos. Chianta. And now low. Reda has to come back. See here, Michailakopoulos just hanging on. Souris, down he goes. The referee, Rob Davies, has been fair to both sides. Hasn't really pulled out the yellow when maybe he might have. He's trying to let the game flow. Dick. Oh, the ball wasn't out. That's why the linesman Alex Borowski didn't signal. Ratton. Side to Scott. And Mendes with that important lunge. Wheatley. Cross for Soper. Low. Haythornthwaite. Great turn. This youngster has picked up his game throughout. And he was held on to. Yet another young man who's making his debut this season.
Hasn't been an easy game for him either, Andy. He's had to mark McNichol on the other side, who's so fast. So a lot of his energy has been devoted to defensive work. But we saw then the talent that he has on the ball. Good individual skill.
And he post ball for Soper. The angles were always going to be extremely difficult for him. Just sense if Soper can get the right sort of service tonight, he might be able to do something for them.
Interesting too, Andy, Parramatta since half-time have had the two subs warming up. Indicates that Rale perhaps not happy with what's going on. And there could be a change if Parramatta's fortunes don't turn shortly. Well, it's always a good tactic to warm your subs up. Makes the players on the field pick the socks up. They may be the one to be changed.
Titikakis out of that. It looked like he mightn't be able to do what he did. Slivkas. Titikakis has kept the run going. Gench. Change of direction. Wheatley. They've got Mendes on the right side if Reda can find him. He looks up and the ball was blocked. Still Reda. Will he get it through for Soper? He might go himself. Reda. Michael Reda with a brilliant run and saved by Katsitrifonas. Such a fluent move. Michael Reda, the ball skills showing there.
Incredible skills, beautiful dribbling skills. Claiming there's a pull on the shirt. We'll have a look here. There is a hole there as well, and Michael Reda justified. There was a pull back on the arm.
Could have been a penalty.
Technically, well, it was a penalty.
So that'll go down as one of the controversial incidents. Drago Segalaritz, he knows a lot about Australian football and former coach of the year with Footscray. Wheatley. Gomez. His ball. A change to be made. The first one of the game. David Lowe is the player coming off. And Zoki Adioski. It's like the man coming on. Zoki's been involved in 9 games this season. 7 of those, he's come on as a sub. And now the chance! Soper misses the target. That should have been the equaliser.
Tremendous ball from Souris. Marshall's been struggling all night to get half an inch of space. Gets it here. Appeared like a deflection. Obviously not. Marshall seemed to connect okay. Then I felt it got a deflection. But bottom line is that it's an opportunity missed for Parramatta.
McNichol, he shakes his markers. He's run out of space. Wheatley in there. Now Gench. They picked up their tempo. Parramatta. Gench. Will look for Soper, or will he go himself? He's got Haythornthwaite on the left. It's gone too hard. Haythornthwaite was free. As Reda got the final touch. The last touch just not there for them at the moment.
And Haythornthwaite free this stage. He was the player to get the pass. Wide on the left. But a little bit more urgency from Parramatta, and they need it. Still plenty of time, but if they get back into the match, they've really got to take the game to Heidelberg a lot more than they have so far.
McNichol. Again, perfect pass for Dick. Nice touch on for Slivkas. Out of play though. There's 30 minutes left in this game, and Heidelberg are up by 1 goal. Two mistakes, one for Heidelberg and one for Parramatta. Finds Slivkas. Reda and Adioski were in there. Reda feeding Haythornthwaite. The youngster's got to throw in for his team. Michael Reda. Saw such a great run for him earlier. Get the corner. Now Gomez was waiting, and now so. 9 times out of 10, Soper usually gets those on target.
Port falls perfectly for him, and we were saying earlier he hasn't had a chance all night. Bratton has kept him under so much control, but here in the last 3 minutes he's had 2 opportunities.
And again, this young man, Haythornthwaite, has had a big second half. The ball now for Soper. Soper looks up for Reda. And he had to play it quickly. Tikakis got it away and has just given him and his teammates a bit of breathing space. This game has been played at some pace as well. Mendes. Reda. So these Eagle supporters sensing perhaps Parramatta are going to get back in. Souris, a forceful jump. Can he keep it in? He was taken out by Michailakopoulos. Took a touch off Dick. And Alan Scott, the up and under basically. Close in control by Mendes. Doesn't give up the fight. Reda. Certainly a degree of urgency to the Parramatta play, and there has to be. Gianna will take this throw in. He's looking for Haythornthwaite. Nichols in there though. Can Nariowski keep going here? Scott away. Dick. He's got support. And the teenager. Tikakis. Slivkas. Souris wants it. He's got McNichol on his far right. McNichol is looking deep for the teenager. Goutsoulis went up there. Goutsoulis and Souris being spoken to. Souris was cut out by Tikakis, and there was Goutsoulis. Haythornthwaite has got McNichol breathing down his neck. And Wheatley, critical challenge. Gianna, can he keep going? Scott. Mendes with a slide. Commitment has been of the highest degree. Wheatley. Gench. Wheatley down for Mendes. Can Wheatley keep it in? He should. And he kept it in as well the second time.
Just indicates, Andy, how much Parramatta now putting the pressure. Robbie Wheatley, I think it's the first time we've seen him involved in attack tonight. The time's coming where they've got to start to take more chances. It's their period. And in that respect, Heidelberg warming up their subs as well, which again indicates that Sekalarit's perhaps a little bit concerned that the game's drifting out of Heidelberg's hand at the moment, even though they're in front. This is the pressure time for Parramatta, the time that they can get back into the game.
Not forgetting that if it is equal at the end of 90, we go into the extra time period. And if it's still equal, the shootout. Ali Dick. He's knocked over some great balls. Mendes there. Back pass rule. Mendes has recovered out of what appeared to be the most difficult situation. Gench rides the challenge of Gutulis quite comfortably. Gomez inside, one of the rare forays from Gomez. We've seen him score a few goals this season. Reda. Great pass on Haythornthwaite. Over eagerness perhaps. Just aside from what we've seen on the pitch, John, the conditions at Marconi Stadium after a full season of football, one of the real showpieces of Australian soccer. You won't get it any better than this, I would think, too. McNichol somehow kept it in. Mikhailakopoulos. And there's McNichol again. Souris on for Gomez. Gench, a bit more room for him to move. Soppers up there. Gench might go himself. We've seen him do it before, and Alan Scott was awake to it. Scott and Gench, who were teammates back in 1983. An Australian indoor soccer tour of the United States. Gench was in the under-16 side, and Scott was in the senior team. Good mates from those days. But at the moment, the opportunity looked like it was right on there as well. But they've got to take hold of these chances and turn them into goals.
It's Parramatta's time. We mentioned just a little earlier. This is their period. Got to convert it. The opportunities are coming. Probably their best period of the match. And a determining thing in them dominating at the moment, Andy, is that we're starting to see this support from the back, which wasn't there at the first half. Not just Wheatley, but the like of Gomez coming forward. More support when they are attacking. Make or break time for Parramatta.
We're into the last 20 minutes of the game. Heidelberg are hanging on by 1-0. Reda should have gone the other way. Should have gone to the left. Slivkas. McNichol. Looking for Hunter. The runners, Hunter and McNichol, have been a bit subdued in this second half. They haven't been able to penetrate as much as they did in that first half. That's taken a bit away from the attack of Heidelberg. After, again, a great start in the first 5 or 10 minutes of this half. Maybe the pace is starting to tell. They did a hell of a lot of running in that first half. Still no changes to Heidelberg yet. There's some tired men out there, but not Itek Gench. Gomez, he's pushed up a bit more in the last 10 minutes. Mendes, he'd have perhaps the most tired legs in this team. Slivkas. Kalakopoulos. And only one Heidelberg player in the Parramatta half. Now they're coming through. McNichol. Can't get past Souris. Heidelberg, their 4th Cup Final appearance. Can they shake off this bridesmaids tag? They've never won it. Slivkas to Gutulis. Well, no runners at the moment for Heidelberg. He's got to go himself. And he concedes the free kick. Looks like a change will be made. Not just yet. Not just yet. interception by Tiktikakis. Hunter. Kutsulis. Now Georgiadis. Michailakopoulos. The call from Ali Dick to switch it to the left. Changes will be made. Ali Dick is the man who's coming off. And what a day it is also for the substitute. Andrew Vlahos, just 16 years of age. Meantime, another youngster goes off and another one comes on. Andrew Dowling, another debutant, this one on the Parramatta side. So 2 changes to Parramatta as we're about to enter the last 15 minutes. One of those changes is Adioski. Run that corner. Very crucial to keep this pressure on. Gomez waits. Now Gench. Still in and cuts it to Ifanas. Good take. Going away from him as Reda came through. Just clipped, that's the ruling by Rob Davies. Nickel running out of space. It's 1-0 at the moment, John, but still it's a bit hard to predict. Alan Scott. Backheeling it out of play. Mendez. Can't beat Alan Scott and McNichol. Kalakopoulos. Dowling, the youngster's first touch. Wheatley. Reda chases. He goes for the first time ball. Souris slips as both of the Heidelberg defenders went down. And they appeared to have it well covered. And that really is, again, a chance. And how many times will they find themselves in these positions and not be able to take advantage? Hunter. Will he take Chiata on? Touched by Michailakopoulos. And Wheatley, who's been busy in the second half. Dowling to his captain. Dowling's kept that run down that left side. Wheatley, he's got Adioski free on this right. If he can slip it through, he can. Adioski and cuts it to Ifanas. That was all started by the captain, Wheatley. A superb run, a great pass, and it's a familiar story now.
Tremendous work from Robbie Wheatley, a great pass. But he's got to just gamble a little bit more, I feel now. It's important that he becomes involved more and more in the attacks. Sure, it's going to leave them a little bit exposed at the back, but it's all or nothing in these final minutes.
Well,
and every time Wheatley, Andy, every time he comes forward, Parramatta look just that little touch more dangerous.
They've had 4 very good opportunities in the second half to at least equalise. This has got similar patterns to what Heidelberg did with Adelaide City in the Cup semi-final. That day they were victorious by 1-0. They absorbed a lot of pressure from the champions Adelaide City and came away with the result. Tikakis, Kalakopoulos. Souris. Gianta. Gomez has moved right up to the front. No holding back now. Gianta. Got Reda inside. Reda on for Gench. Gench, the touch. The goal, is it? Maybe, yes! One of the best moves of the season. And there to finish it. Michael Reda. That's one of the better goals you'll see. All class, all the way. It was really a matter of time, John, and it finally came with 10 minutes left on the clock.
Absolute class indicates Parramatta at their very best. Few could doubt that they deserve to be back on equal terms. The second half, except for the first 5 minutes or so, has been all theirs. Just look at the skill involved here. The flicks and the touches opens Heidelberg up.
And fittingly, Gabriel Mendes with that last touch. He's been a real key for them. Now Gunning with a good take. And Mendes, for his part, well, you could call Mendes a $2 signing compared to some of the transfers we've seen. That lovely South American brilliance showing. We've got a real game now. 10 to go. It's 1-1. This is going to be a real test of Heidelberg's character. They took so much pressure in this second half. And just a few minutes before that goal came, you sense that they might have been able to escape with the solitary goal, which was scored after 3 minutes. Remembering it will go to extra time if it's equal. Wheatley, moments earlier, set up Adioski. And now Heidelberg can break. Vlahos, the 16-year-old, feeding McNichol too much on it though. It just needed a little touch. Gomez, he's dropped back to the defence. He moved up to help the attack for around 10 minutes of this second half. You can feel the tension here at Marconi Stadium as Parramatta have clawed their way back in a most inspired fashion. Reda, the danger man, goes down there. But the adrenaline will be right up there after such a critical goal. The cup there for the taking. Who will be the victor? Gench. The shot, a good one, a good save. Katsudupanos might have seen that late because his passage appeared to be blocked by one of his defenders. And Aitek Gench would be so disappointed not to be in that Socceroos side who are playing Kuwait in Singapore, giving another reminder to the national coach. The loyal supporters behind that goal are urging their team on, but really a wasted corner. Nick Anastasiadis, the team manager there with Drago Sekalaric. Sekalaric would have been through this situation so many times before. Such a distinguished career. One of the best players to come out of Europe. Now he'd love to be out there to show his youngsters what it's all about. But he can only sit back and watch. He's made his 2 changes. Mendes was held on to. By Hunter. Gomez comes up. That's who they're waiting for. Katsitrifonis was thinking about coming. Souris just heads it clear of that danger zone. It's been some second half from Parramatta. Gench. Mendes. Gench trying to steal the corner. It didn't come off there. John, you a betting man? Are you a betting man at all?
No.
No. Okay, I won't put you in the spot again.
The pressure Parramatta have put on this second half, after it was Heidelberg's first half, I don't think there's any doubt about that. They've just pressured them in. They've clawed their way back, and I think no one would argue that the game is on equal terms, and that's the way it's meant to be at this stage. But
well, a point we didn't bring up earlier, that Reda scored that goal when around 12 minutes, 13 minutes into that second half, Reda was, in fact, it appeared that he might have been unfortunate not to win a penalty. So fittingly, Reda was the man who equalised. 5 minutes of normal time left. Missed. Vlahos trying to hit it back in. Now the shot pulled away by Souris. Scott across now. Dikdikakis. McNichol switch sides. Still, he has the legs. He's done so much running. He opens them up. McNichol went down after he played the ball. Important he gets on his feet, but here's Michailakopoulos, the 16-year-old Vlahos, deflection, and it's gone in! A stunning goal for Heidelberg! Those visiting fans from Melbourne can't believe it as we can't in the commentary position here. The goal appeared to come out of nowhere. Slifkas was the man who had the shot. Michailakopoulos, credit to him for getting this ball in. The youngster, Vlahos, laid it back and took a deflection, and it's bounced in off a Parramatta player. What a tragic outcome. Michailakopoulos ball in. The 16-year-old, smart play, the shot. And it looks like it's gone in off Mendes. It'll go down as an own goal, you would have to think, John.
I don't think it'll worry Heidelberg at all, will it, Andy? Just got to hang on to it now. It has been Parramatta's second half, but that's the way the game goes. Heidelberg have been here. This is their 4th appearance. They've lost 3 previous occasions. And sad that it is for Mendes. He's had such a great game. What a talent he is.
There's some classic stories to come out of this game.
And Rale, not a happy man, and you can understand. They've had a brilliant second half. Credit to Heidelberg too, that first half performance of theirs. They've hung in this second period. They've been really up against it. They've faced a team on fire in Parramatta in the second half. withstood it. And okay, with a little bit of luck, but again, games are decided by the incidents such as that. And who's to say it's all over yet anyhow?
2 minutes of normal time. And now Bratton and Soper get a yellow. So an incident off the ball. When it appeared perhaps the match was headed for extra time, Slivkas' shot. He won't care as long as the ball hit the back of the net. Heidelberg, they've tried so many times to win this cup, and it could just be their day.
I think the quality of the game, Andy, for a cup final where there's so much tension with both teams without some key players. It's been a first-class match, entertainment-wise, skill factor-wise. It's further proof for me that this NSL season, whether it be cup or championship, has been one of the best, if not the best, that we've had in the history of the NSL.
And fittingly tonight, a lot of youngsters given their chance to perform. One of those, Tiktikakis, just heading the ball away. Only his 4th appearance in the big time. Zoki Adioski. Scott. And again, some precious time. And he was again. He won a youth championship, in fact, with South Melbourne, Tiktikakis. This will rank with it if they can take the cup home. Souris' ball. Scott, the early hero. "15 seconds into stoppage time. Adioski. Souris squeezing it on for Mendes. Mendes, the near post ball! Gomez didn't take a touch. Now it's a goal kick. And Gabriel Mendes doing his best to try and get it back to 2-2. A dangerous ball in. Gomez and Gutsulis went for it at the near post. Long ball by Slivkas, gunning. He'll have to come out. Bit of a miscued clearance as Michailakopoulos is running him down. But right now it's the clock that's running down. 1:20 of stoppages. What a dramatic half we've seen. The match has really finished the same way it started. Dowling. Gomez. Reda closed down. Wheatley. Michailakopoulos and Wheatley involved there, and let's hope we don't see any ugly incidents. And Wheatley, it looks like, has been booked. So the third yellow of the second half, 4 in all, 2 to either side. Well, there was a blatant hit there on Michailakopoulos. So Robbie really can't complain about that decision. More out of frustration after such a dominating half from Parramatta. And there it is. The dream has come true for Heidelberg at their 4th attempt. After a disappointing season by their own standards where they finished 11th, they've come to Sydney and they're taking the cup home. Slivkas's shot took a wicked deflection as the two old mates get together. Sekularic knows his team really got out of jail. The bottom line is the scoreboard says a totally different story because Heidelberg have won by 2-1. Joy for the players. Gutsulis in there congratulating his teammates. Ali Dick, he knows all about cup football. His contribution was valuable. Bratton's in particular, the job on Soper. So Heidelberg victors in the League Cup final by 2-1. As the players jump for joy, there'll be celebrations all the way to Melbourne, as I'm sure there are celebrations throughout the households throughout Australia that support this team. Heidelberg the victors by 2-1. Let's cross now to Les Murray.
Okay, Billy. We kept this out of the way, and then Peter coming over for this. Yeah, you can do it just on the one. You're going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gary, well done. Well done. Just a quick one, then you can go back and get the trophy and all that.
Let's be this hold that up for me.
You got balance, Peter? Okay. Thank you, Andy. Well, with me is the winning captain, Heidelberg's Gary Bratton. Gary, congratulations. Well, then it was a tight squeeze. Excellent first half. A lot of pressure in the second half you were under, though, but you did it in the end.
Yeah, we lost our way a little bit halfway through the second half, and fair enough to Parramatta, they came at us. But and as a result, they equalised. But we kept battling away, and just we had a bit of luck, and the ball's gone in the net, 2-1. We're happy with that result.
Now, the team came here with a lot of confidence and a lot of method, a lot of good stuff that you played in the first half. Was that difference essentially made by Sheki Sekularic since he came?
Yeah, we've worked really hard since Sheki's come. His main aim was for the cup. We were still in that, and no chance of going anywhere in the league, like. So he's really put us through it, and we've worked hard basically for the cup, and we've done the business for the club, and that was
you got the trophy in the end. Yeah. Okay, well, I'll let you go back there, Gary. Congratulations again. Thanks very much. All the best to you. Gary Bratton, the Heidelberg captain, and he's going back to receive the trophy for Heidelberg. Of course, a reminder that the top 6 series begins next week, and of course we'll be covering all those matches for you on Match of the Day and throughout our World Sports program. We'll leave you now with pictures of the trophy giving ceremony and the day of glory for Heidelberg United. From the Marconi Stadium, good night. Are you shooting that? You're going to go over
Person got a medal?
Top medal, son.
Thank you.